Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well today. I want to thank all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you for your participation in the comments. I love it. I hope that you do start participating in the comments. Maybe comment to people that, say dumb things or lie, and maybe try to clarify that with them as well. I do participate in the comments a lot because I don't have that many. I have a very small channel. So I'm constantly um, engaging, and I will engage. I will engage for questions. I will engage for comments. And I also will engage with people who bring stupid stuff to me, like calling me white trash or asking me if I like living in a house that's movable or something. So here's the thing. Do you know who Trump supporters are? Do you know the demographic of what the white trash description is? I don't fit the description in any way, shape, or form. I live in an 1890 historical house on the line that oh Morgan's Raiders came through here. Okay. This is a historical area. We are one of the ghost towns of Indiana. Um, I don't draw any kind of help from the government. Um, I'm married. I've been married for 30 years. I really don't understand how you could describe me as white trash, but okay. When I think white trash, just saying, maybe MAGA supporters who draw off the government, um, don't really care about anybody but themselves. I mean, that's what I think of white trash. But hey, call me whatever you like. We're going to make lying wrong again here on this channel. So please, if you like, subscribe and share. I still don't think I said that right. But anyway, what I want to talk about today is prepping, of course. Now, I want to say that there was a shift when it came to being prepared. Um, my ancestors, my granny, my mommy's mom, um, they prepared everything they could. And in the wintertime, they lived very comfortably. Poppy would fish, Granny would can it. Okay. She would grow beans, she would dry them, and then she would also can some. She would put potatoes in cardboard boxes under the beds. We're talking acres of potatoes. Apples, she would dry and put in pillow sacks, like the beans. Any kind of berry, nut, fruit, vegetable, she canned, froze, or dried. So they are the true preppers. And our ancestors did that if they had farms and they had a smokehouse where they would put their meat. And the meat can stay in the smokehouse and they would go off and cut what they needed or pull out for a holiday, whatever. That's being prepared. That's how I prepare. I prepare by making sure that I have canned goods and fresh food, food in the freezer, medical supplies, supplies that I would need if I had no electric, no water. That's what I do. I prepare in that sense. When prepping changed was right about the time of Ruby Ridge. This is just my opinion. Now, after Ruby Ridge, my husband and I went to a gun store and a militia group tried to recruit us. And what they gave us was a manila envelope with all kinds of Ruby Ridge information. And the reason they came to us was because we were in the gun store buying a specific caliber of ammunition. So that specific ammunition clicked that guy that these two would be great to bring into our militia group. Obviously, we did not join. I did read all of the information on Ruby Ridge later. I did a little more research um, once I got a computer later on, years and years later. I kept that information around for a long time, and I would go back to it every now and again, and it was just odd. So the prepper community grew, but then isolated themselves because they became more anti government. They did become militia groups. And then you had the sovereign people, you know, the ones that have like pieces of wood where their license plate's supposed to be, or some crazy thing. And then they say they don't have to have a driver's license, or they don't have to have. Those are the absolute most fun to watch videos of, like courts and police cams when they go to pull over someone that's a sovereign citizen or whatever it is. But all of those groups, and then started coming in uh, your Nazi white supremacist groups. So all of these groups have joined, and that's what the prepper community ended up being. You know, we all know what our ancestors did, but keeping the true sense of being prepared is what I'm doing. The true sense of being prepared, not against the government, except for now, right? But just to make certain that I have everything that I need just in case, or through bad weather, or no electric, or no water, or if transport was to shut down, or we had civil unrest, or martial law, you know, those kind of things. Living out here in the middle of kind of nowhere, surrounded by all of the woods, on my little acreage of woods, is a safe environment for me. It's just safe. I feel safe here. I feel safe because this is a very small community. We are considered one of the ghost towns of Indiana. You can look that, I mean, I'm not going to tell you, but anyway, you can look it up, and we are one of the ghost towns of Indiana. This is where Morgan's Raiders came through. My house was first deeded in 1890. Okay. So we have a cellar, we have an old smokehouse, we have the old summer kitchen. The old summer kitchens were where people would cook meals and do their canning in the summertime to keep the house cool. So we have these old buildings. Um, but I was called white trash, and that was funny. That was funny. My place is paid for. I am debt free. I don't My cars are all paid for. Of course, there is upkeep on my vehicles, but everything I have is paid for. The home, the property, everything. So I'm not certain if people understand that MAGA preppers are really, really different than people who just want to be prepared or kind of live the way their ancestors lived. But I still consider myself a prepper because my lifestyle is grocery shopping on a trying to find deals in order to keep my pantry stocked. Right now, I do canned goods when I can find them on sale, like the Spam and the Dinty Moore and the vegetables and so on and so forth, because I don't know what's going to happen. And not to mention that the steel and aluminum tariff is going to bring the cost of packaging these canned foods up. But in this genre, I have had two people email me and say they have changed their mind by listening to me and then going in to the places to find the information that I have said, and it has turned their minds. And I do have email correspondence with those people. And I feel very privileged that I was able to, open their minds. And so I would love to get this channel going because I think it's very important. I think it's very important to be prepared. I think that if you have brown skin, you should have all of your paperwork, copies with you. You should have someone that you trust to have your paperwork. And if you get caught up and they don't see you, they have your information. They can figure it out. They can get to you. They can try to get you um, representation. I think that what they're doing to our indigenous people is absolutely absurd. And people that are still MAGA, that have ancestors that are indigenous people, or indigenous people that are MAGA, I don't know how you can support Trump at all, because he wanted to take the blood of indigenous people who own casinos when he was in competition with them. And to me, that should eliminate that group of people from supporting him at all cost. If you are of an indigenous people, how could you support someone who wanted to take blood from your own kind, your your people, to take blood to prove that they had a percentage of the indigenous bloodline that would allow them to be in casino ownership? It's getting bad. But like I said, most of the craziness with the prepping community started after Ruby Ridge. That was kind of like when everything consolidated and became this anti-government, um, prepared militia kind of mindset. I don't have that. Never did. I could have joined a local militia. And, my husband was kind of like, oh, whoa. I was like, no. Uh-uh. I mean, he was like 25, and, I was like, no, we're not joining a group that is going to put us in the same position that the Ruby Ridge people were in. Duh. And now we see those people and what they support. So they can call me white trash all they want to, but the true demographics and description of what they call white trash are normally of MAGA supporting people, right? All right. That's about all. I know this probably didn't make any sense, but I'm listening for Tashir. They're playing back there. I've got chickens back here. I have one standing up here at the coop door for me to open. I hear her right now. She's fussing at me because she wants to go into the cabana coop to lay, and I closed the door last night. So I got to get out here and do this. Once again, thank you for your subscription. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll get the message out and maybe turn some more minds around to the truth, to the facts. And let's make lying wrong again. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance.